Welcome back, Sabi Moms, to my channel. And if you're here and new here and you haven't subscribed, please tap on the subscribe button and join us. Today we'll be making Ofe Akwu for Sunday meal today. And you can see me trying to insert the metal spoon inside this meat. My mom taught me that if you are cooking a tough meat, you should add a metal spoon to it when cooking, so it hastens the cooking. So that's what I'm doing here. I'm using cow leg and some offal, so I decided to use this style so the meat will boil faster. This me now, I've washed the bangas or the palm nuts that I'll be using. We call it banga. Cooking it here, it has boiled. Someone in the market also taught me this, that once it boils, add salt. It helps to make it cook faster too and softens it. So that's what I've done here. Pan kernel is ready. Putting it into this yellow bucket. I don't have strength to pound it in my mortar, so I usually use this bucket. It's easier for me to just do and clean up. So scoop everything out, put it into this bucket, then use my pestle to pound until I've eliminated all the chaff. The chaff has come out from the kernel. Yes, so that's when you know it's ready. I pound like this for some time, then scoop it out to make sure I'm getting a good result. Then pound it for a little while, and that's it. This took about let's say roughly 3 to 5 minutes to do. If you don't want to go through this stress, they have the already made paste, but since I'm making it from the scratch, I just have to do the work. The already made paste is also available. You can buy, but I'm using the fresh palm nuts, so I have to do this to extract the palm juice from it for our Ofe Akwu. So this is it. I've washed out the first part. Here you can see my kettle there. You mix a little bit of hot water and lukewarm water so it will be warm. If the water is cold, the extraction won't really come out nice, since this thing is oil. So you need a warm water that your hand can touch. Not use hot water. So this is it. I've saved it the second time after washing out before I transfer to the pot. Meanwhile, before this stage, I transferred it to another bowl, then back into this pot to eliminate the sands that accumulate under. So you just have to be careful with this. It's boiling already here, as you can see. As a soup is coming together. In this life we learn every day. So this thing I'm doing, actually, I don't know the reason behind it, but my mother-in-law would usually do it and advise me to do it whenever I'm making this ofako. Actually, she was the one that taught me this recipe. So my Igbo sisters, if you can see this and you are watching this, please leave in the comment section why you do this. Why do you remove this foamy part from your ofako when preparing? Because me, I do not even know the reason. When I just asked her, she just laughed. I don't know. So every time I do it, but most times I'm not even patient enough to remove all. I just try my best and I'll move on. So if you can see this and you know the reason behind this stage of removing this foamy part, please share with me. I would really like to know, as to pass it down to my daughter, so I don't just tell them do what others are doing. There should be a reason for it, but I don't know. Please tell me if you do know. Thank you. So as I said earlier, I'm using offals and cow leg in this recipe. So, and it's very hard to cook. I added it back into this pan kernel juice that I extracted, so it will be boiling as well. I added this, my dry fish that I just added. I've deboned it, removed the little bones from it, and scattered it the way the sizes I love it. The coffee is allow it to boil. At this point it's boiling already, like you can see. It's been some minutes. So I added, this is pepper, crayfish mix and some onion that I pounded. So I give it a good mix and my soup is coming together. This is my Ofe Akwu spice. It's a mixture of different spice. You can buy it ready made like this in the market. Just tell them you want Banga soup spices or Ofe Akwu spices, depending on the area where you live. So I've added it to my mixture, added salt, Then I'll go ahead and go in with my seasoning cube. I'm using 3 because the meat also was cooked with seasoning cube, so I don't want it to be too salty. Although I'm not using the meat water, but it still has a little bit of the seasoning in it since I use it to cook it. Give it a good stir, allow it to boil for some time too, so that these new ingredients I just added will cook a little bit, and the soup continues to thicken. So here it has boiled for some time. You can see the level from the pot. It has thickened, and the next thing now is to add our veggies. We'll be using 2 vegetables here. We're using the ugu leaf, the pumpkin leaf, and the scent leaf for this soup. So I go ahead to put my ugu, then the scent leaf goes in next. Give it a good mix, allow to steam for few minutes, maybe 1 or 2 minutes, for the ugu to become a little bit soft. Then your meal is ready to be served. And as at this point, you don't need it to be too thick, because as it cools down, it continues to thicken. You might even need to add more water, but at this point the consistency is okay for me, and we are done. So the next thing is to serve the kids. Please, mummies, am I the only one that don't give the kids meat with food? Because they will leave their food and eat meat and tell you they are done. So this is the final look. Would you be trying this next Sunday? If you've enjoyed this video, please give us a thumbs up, leave a comment, and subscribe if you haven't. Bye.